Hey there, all my movie fans. It's Josh Bell, your friendly guide to the world of cinema, here with another mini episode of Real Talk, where we're going to jump into the delightful universe of the romantic comedy Doc Hollywood. You know that moment when Dr. Stone's fancy 1956 Porsche Speedster takes a detour and ends up crashing into the judge's fence? Well, that is our ticket into the quirky town of Grady. So grab your favorite movie snack, settle in, and let's take a joyride through this fun little quirky town. So let's set the scene. Picture this. Dr. Stone, played by the ever-charming Michael J. Fox, is in his Porsche Speedster and he's driving across the towns of Middle America on his way from Washington, D.C. all the way to Hollywood, where he plans to become a great plastic surgeon. On his way, there's a bit of an accident and he runs into a judge's fence right in front of the town sheriff. He gets sentenced to community service, and to serve out that community service, he's going to act as the local doctor in a small town clinic. Now, the breathtaking aerial shots of Grady and its rustic charm start stealing our hearts right from the beginning. So let's take a deeper look at some of the different dynamics that make this movie so fun. Let's talk about the fantastic ensemble that brings the town of Grady to life. We have Roberts Blossom as Judge Evans, who's the wise, handy judge who builds his own fence and sentences Dr. Stone to really bring our story to life. We have the sassy ambulance driver, Lou, played by Julie Warner, who's just great as a foil to Dr. Stone and the love interest that ends up warming to his ways. We also have David Ogden Stiers as the town mayor, and his laugh and his subtle aside jokes just make him an amazingly funny and warm, relatable character. We have Bridget Fonda as the mayor's daughter, who just wants nothing more than to get the heck out of Grady. And then Woody Harrelson as the town insurance salesman and possible love interest of Lou. They just make Grady a town you wish you could call home. It's like going to maybe a fall festival with all these heartwarming twists that leave you grinning from ear to ear. Then our romantic entanglements. Dr. Stone finds himself in a charming dance with Lou where they're bouncing back and forth. He likes her, but she doesn't want to get close because she knows he's on his way to Beverly Hills to be a plastic surgeon. But he really likes her, so he wants to try to win her over. Not to mention the side bet he has with the mayor. The great scene at the local diner with all of the town council members. They're just all so different and so funny. They're just perfect together. It adds a touch of sweetness and character to the small town adventure. And Grady is the town that's as eccentric as like your favorite aunt. Stone gets roped into all sorts of town shenanigans. There's the different things like him fixing a local farmer's toe and him feeling so obliged that he gives him a pet pig, to the fisherman on the water who's not using fish bait but dynamite this time. All of these truly little quirky antics that just make you laugh along and make Grady a truly unforgettable place. Now, before I finish up and we get into the last little bit here, I do want to stop and take a moment to pay respects to the recently departed Florence Sternhagen. She passed away on November 27th, which is really the impetus for me watching this movie again and talking about it now. She's just hilarious in this role, as she was as Cliff Clavin's mom in Cheers and so many others. She's just kind of the snarky, down-home waitress at the local diner. She's perfect in the role. She's absolutely hilarious. And it made for just that added depth and added character that made the film seem real. So with that, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the main man, Michael J. Fox, As a city slicker who becomes a small town doc, Fox brings his A game. Never is he more hilarious than his fish out of water moments when him and Lou are trying to trick the deer to not go into the poacher's trap by taking turns peeing all over the forest. In different situations like this, it's just like going on an adventure with your buddies from the city. Nothing quite makes sense, but in the end it all makes sense. It's just a really great performance by Michael J. Fox, making him so relatable, a guy who thinks he wants so much more but finds out that it's those simple things in life that are really worth fighting for and striving for. Next, we'll talk about our official verdict. Where does Doc Hollywood fall on our rating scale? So the film, to me, is a little bit nostalgic. I watched it when it first came out in the 90s, and I've been watching it periodically ever since. It's got a spot in my heart. It's going to earn a solid 7 out of 10. It's not going to win any Oscars, but it definitely hits the bullseye when it comes to winning your heart. Whether it's Stone's awkward charm or the delightful chaos and quirk that is the town of Grady, this film to me truly is a treasure. So if you're in the mood for a feel-good movie that, like I said before, is like a warm hug, then this one is a must-watch. I highly recommend it. And there you have it. There's our chat about Doc Hollywood. If you're into laughter, love, and a dash of small-town craziness, this film is made for you. So stay tuned for more movie magic in the future on Real Talk. If you ever want to get in touch with us, please feel free to reach out at therealrealtalk@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at RealTalk and on Twitter at RealTalkPod. And until next time, folks, keep watching, keep loving, and keep those reels rolling.